The first thing you got to do is make sure that it's written in standard form. So ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Step 2, figure out what is a, b, c, plug them in the formula, and then you just have to simplify step by step. So here's the formula. Ta-da. I'll sing you a little song. Let's do it. Look at the first one. I didn't record that on video. A is equal to, what number is in front of x squared right now? 1. So you're just taking the coefficients. B is -6, and C is 4. I'm going to zoom in, actually. Hold on. Boop, boop, boop. That's better. Okay. So now you use quadratic formula. X is equal to opposite b. Notice it actually says negative b, but it's not negative b, it's opposite of b. So since b is negative, I make it positive. Opposite b plus or minus the square root, big root, of b squared. You got to put this in parentheses, okay? B is -6, so when you go to put in parentheses, it looks like this, -6 squared minus 4ac. So 4a c. You will see I put all of those in parentheses because that's the smart thing to do. All over 2a, the whole dang thing over 2a. So a big fraction bar over 2 times a, which is 1. Okay, we got to be smart about this. Your calculator probably can't do this all at once, so don't expect it to. We're going to do the baby steps here. Your calculator can handle this, so I'm going to highlight it. It's called the discriminant. It's the b squared minus 4ac part. You're just going to figure out what that is, okay? So in your calculator, and you should use parentheses, or write on as -6 especially. -6, your calculator has a squared button. So -6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 4. Maybe you can do that in your head. It's just 36 minus 16, but just the yellow part. Yeah, just this, not the root. Just the -6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 4. What do you get, y'all? 20. 6. So if you didn't get 20, that's a user error on typing it in your calculator wrong, which is okay, but that's a problem that we'd like to remedy. I don't know why it's not showing up right now. I'm writing. Interesting. All over 2 times 1, which is 2. If I find something not all 3 in the triangle divide by, then I should reduce it. Notice the 5 does not get divided. What's wrong about number 14? What do you got to do first? Yeah, you're going to have to move it and get it equal to 0 first. So move the 12x, move the 4 over here, so that you get something that is equal to 0. So 25 x squared minus 20x plus 4 equals 0. Now you can do quadratic formula. It's got to be equal to 0 first. If you're wondering what I did, -8 minus 12 more, that gets me -20. So that you have some like terms to combine. All right, so you know A is 25, B is -20, C is 4. Quadratic formula, please. X is equal to opposite B. It's a -20. What do I put? 20 plus or minus the square root of b squared. Make sure you put this in parentheses. -20 squared minus 4ac. So 4 times a, which is 25, times c, which is 4. All over 2a. So 2 times 25. And this is when you then go to your calculator and have it do this part for you without the root. Just figure out what's the number that's going to go underneath the root, please. Do not type in the root sign. Just figure out what's the number that goes underneath. So in parentheses, -20 squared minus 4 times 20 times 4. But actually do it yourself, because you're not dumb if you don't know how to use your calculator, but it is dumb if you don't learn or don't ask for help. So if you don't get 0, you need to ask me what's going on. What is the square root of x? Or sorry, what's the square root of x? Got me messed up. What's the square root of 0? Yeah, it's just 0. And plus or minus 0 isn't going to make a dang difference. So 20 plus or minus 0, no, not going to do that. 20 over 50 is all you have left then. But that can simplify, because 20 and 50 both divide by 10, so it reduces down to 2/5, okay? Why don't I have two answers? Because usually you have two answers in a quadratic equation. Why only one? Because 0. Yeah. So this would mean that the vertex is on the x-axis. Okay. When you're dealing with quadratic equations, we like to keep the a term positive, and so instead of moving right to left and moving the 13 over, I'm actually going to move this stuff. Okay? Does it matter? No, not technically. But if it was like solving with factoring or something like that, it would matter, and so that's why I'm avoiding it. X squared minus 4x plus 13 equals 0. Now you should have your a, b, c. A is 1, b is negative 4, c is 13. All right, plug them in. X is equal to opposite b. Okay, so again, positive 4 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Common mistakes I see, students not using parentheses, think it's not going to be a big deal. It is. If you type it in your calculator, a negative squared without parentheses, it will correctly give you the incorrect answer. So that's why the parentheses are important. I don't know what that is, so figure out what goes underneath the root for me, because I don't remember. If you're finishing up typing that, make sure you get negative 36. What? Negative 36. Okay, so 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 36. Uh-oh. Over 2 times 1, which is 2. What happens when you have a negative root? I. Yeah. Not going to go away, folks. Okay, so you get, I'm going to go out this way now. 4 plus or minus, okay, what's the square root of 36? 6, so it's 6i. Okay, over 2. Okay, and you're not done because now you got to look at the triangle. 4, 6, and 2. All divide by what? 2, so reduce it. Ooh. 2 plus or minus what? 3i. If you need to do this in fewer steps and like do I root 36 and then write it as 6i, that would have been fine. I am skipping steps now because we've done I in imaginary numbers for a long time. What do I gotta do first? Move the 7x. Yeah, get it equals 0 first. So like this, 2x squared plus 11x equals 0. You guys did a nice job of that on your test. You guys did remember to set it equal to 0, so that's good. This actually would be a better one to use factoring, because you could factor out a GCF and then solve it that way, but it's quadratic formula day, so we're just keeping it interesting. Okay, A is 2. What's B? 11. What's C? 0. It does not exist. So it's a 0. And now you can put it in your formula. So x is equal to opposite b. What is b? Is positive 11. So now what do I put? Negative 11. Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. My 5th hour saying with me. I'm a little disappointed, guys. All over 2a. It's a formula. All right, figure this out for me. You might be able to do it in your head. You're smart about it. But you are welcome to use a calculator. I believe you should get 121. Yeah, 11 squared, and then it'll be minus 0. So 11 squared is 121. What is the square root of 121? 11. Negative 11 plus or minus 11 over 4. All right, this gives you two things. because the root is gone, you can't leave it like that. It's tacky. We've been talking about this. You actually got to get two answers. Two rational numbers, so two fractions, at least to start. You've got negative 11 plus 11 divided by 4. What's negative 11 plus 11? 0. And what's 0 divided by anything? 0. So one of your answers is 0.
0.
The other one, we'll do negative 11 minus 11 over 4, which would be negative 22 over 4. You can reduce this because they both divide by 2, so your answer is negative 11 halves. Okay, so you get two answers here. X could be 0, X could also be negative 11 halves. So if you can reduce it like that, get it all the way down to two separate things, then of course you should, okay?